Into the Shadow Realm, Part 2. Following a familiar apparition into the Forest of the Dead, Hattori Hanzo finds himself engaged in battle with a stone lion. Let's rejoin Hattori Hanzo mid-battle for the conclusion of Into the Shadow Realm. He defends one and takes 1 point of sanity damage, losing his spirit armor. Rolling on his 3 hits, the stone lion has a 4 for defense, so each of these rolls will be -4 to the roll. Scores 1 wound. Actually, that lion may not even have taken that 1 wound. He gets a cover save for being adjacent to these trees. So on a 6+, he will not take that wound. Ah, goodness. Hattori, what is happening? I should have realized that and tried to escape to pull him away from these trees. Holding back the darkness. Oh my god, 4 will fail. The darkness is working hard against us tonight. Stone Lion will roll his 3 combat, hitting on 4+. Scores 3 hits, one of which is a brutal bite. Tori will attempt to defend the brutal bite first, defending on 3+. He does not defend that one. Defending the other 2 hits, 3+. He only defends 1. Hattori needs to attempt to defend 15 wounds. We'll roll them in batches of 5 at a time. Hattori has armor of 4+. He blocked all but 1 on that roll. The next 5. Only blocked 2. Getting 3 wounds past. And the last 5, again, armor 4+. Defends 2 and takes 3 more potential wounds. Using Wall of Steel to reroll these 7 failed armor rolls. We block all but 1, taking 1 wound. That was pretty spectacular. Let's see if Hattori can escape on a 4+. He can. Rolling for his movement. Only 1. That's alright. We gain a grit and we'll draw the stone line away from the trees. Also going to use our Lotus pattern to heal 1 wound. I know this should be at the start of the turn, not at the start of our activation, but we didn't do it at the start of the turn, so we'll do it now. Do we use a bomb? Don't know if it's worth it. Well, no, because he's got cover save still, so we're just going to call that the end of the turn, hold back the darkness. Oh my god, 5 will fail, getting us a darkness card. We have pulled Marked for Death. 1 random hero gains a Death Mark token. All enemy attacks will now do +2 damage to a hero with a Death Mark token. Discard this token at the end of the adventure or if KO'd. Yikes. Stone Lion will go, coming away from the tree, thankfully. Did we do our 3 horror hits last turn? I don't think we did. He has willpower 4+. Takes 2 more points of sanity damage. He also heals a wound at the beginning of the turn for his Lotus pattern. The Stone Lion will roll his 3 combat. Only getting 1 hit. Hattori has 3+ defense. He defends. Rolling Hattori's 3 fear, defending on 4+. Defends 2, takes 1 more point of sanity damage. Can we gain a grit? No. Rolling Hattori's 4 combat, hitting on 3+. Scores 4 hits. Each of these hits will be -4 to the roll. He causes 2 wounds, spending 4 fury to do sweeping slice. Now that we are at level 5, he automatically will get 2 hits, and they are each +2 damage, so these rolls will be -2 to the roll. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding. Use our grit. Again, -2 to the roll. 5 wounds. Holding back the darkness. 10 is good, finally. The Stone Lion will roll his 3 combat. Scores 2 hits, one of which is a brutal bite. Can we defend the brutal bite on a 3+? No. Can we defend the regular hit? No. What is happening, Hattori? Again, he has to defend 15 wounds. We'll roll them again in batches of 5. His armor is 4+. Blocks all but 1 wound on that roll. Next set of 5. He blocks all 5 of that one. And the last 5 wounds, he only blocks 1, taking 4 potential wounds. Using Wall of Steel to reroll his missed 5 wounds. He defends 3 and takes 2 wounds. Rolling Hattori's 3 fear. Defends 1 and takes 2 more points of sanity damage. Also, I just remembered our death mark that we just got. The lion would have done an extra 4 wounds, so let's see if our armor can defend those. Again, armor 4+. We take 1 more wound. Rolling Hattori's 4 combat. Hitting on 3+. Scores 2 hits. Again, these will each be -4 to the roll. One more wound. These things really are brutal. Holding back the darkness. Oh my god. 5 will fail, getting us another Growing Dread card. The Stone Lion will roll their 3 combat. 2 hits. Hattori defends on a 3+. Defends 1 and takes 1. Healing his 1 wound for his Lotus Pattern. Attempting to block 5 wounds with his armor, 4+. He blocks 3. Rerolling the misses with Wall of Steel. And we still take 2 wounds. Rolling Hattori's 3 fear. We defend against 2 and take 1 point of sanity damage. Rolling his 4 combat. Hitting on 3+. Score 3 hits. These rolls will be -4 to the roll. No wounds. Holding back the darkness. An 8 is good. Healing a wound with his Lotus Pattern. The Stone Lion will roll his combat. Hitting on 4+, scores 1 hit and 1 brutal bite. Can Hattori block the brutal bite? He cannot. How about the regular hit? He can. Can we defend 10 wounds with our armor? Armor is 4+. We block 3 wounds, using Wall of Steel to reroll these 7 misses. Blocking 4 more, and we take 3 wounds. Rolling Hattori's 3 fear. Takes 1 more point of sanity damage. Can we gain back a grit? No. Rolling his 4 combat, hitting on 3+. Scores 3 hits. Each of these rolls is -4 to the roll. Three wounds. I again forgot about the death mark wounds, so let's see if our armor will block those 2 wounds. Only blocking 1, so we take 1 more wound. Holding back the darkness. Double 2s again. Triggering Dark Dread. Add a Growing Dread card to the stack. The Stone Lion will roll his 3 combat. We will spend 1 Fury to do parry. For each 1 the Stone Lion has rolled, we get to remove the highest roll, which leaves him with no hits. Rolling Hattori's 3 fear. He defends all 3. Healing a wound with our Lotus pattern. Can we gain a grit? We cannot. Rolling Hattori's 4 combat, hitting on 3+. Scores 3 hits. Each of these rolls will be -4 to the roll. 4 more wounds. He is dead. Lord, that was rough. Let's catch our breath. We can heal 2. Let's take it from sanity. Our Ganyoku mask allows us to heal 1 extra sanity, so we'll be healing 3 points of sanity damage. Let's see what kind of loot he left behind. If anything good, we'll find out. D6 times $50. Golden nuggets. $100. Holding back the darkness. 5 will fail. Rolling for movement. 5. Hattori will look through. He has found a mid-passage. Holding back the darkness. 10 is good. Rolling for movement. 5. Also heal a wound using our Lotus pattern before we look through. And Hattori has found a Dark Hollow. There is no advanced encounter for this room, but we do need to add D3 trees. 1 tree. Our 1 tree will be located over number 6. Let's reveal our exploration token. 2 doorways and 2 encounters. Our first encounter is Sinking Soil. Stepping through the woods, the ground feels moist and spongy. A thick gray moss covers over the musty black dirt below. With every step, it feels as though you sink into the ground a little deeper. When your foot becomes stuck, you realize you are actually sinking. Your skin burns where the crumbly soil has enveloped your legs. If you can get on top of it, you may find more stable footing amongst the broken logs and stones at the surface. Make an agility 5+ test. Hattori has 3 for agility. We need a 5+. There we go. Gain 10 XP. And you are +2 movement during your next activation. Then, a random hero may draw a loot card pulling something of value from the sinking soil. We have pulled gold bars, $250. Our next encounter is Whispering Woods. Hissing noises are carried through the trees on the chill wind. It's as though the forest knows you're here, and it is angry. All heroes immediately take voices in the dark, even within the lantern's light. For each successful willpower roll you make, gain 5 XP. Let's see how many horror hits we'll potentially take. 5 horror hits. Defending on 4+. We defend 2, get 10 XP, and take 3 points of sanity damage. Let's hold back the darkness. 8 is good. Rolling for movement. We are +2 for this movement, thanks to that sinking soil encounter. 5. Why do I feel like we're chasing a ghost? We will look through the doorway. And we have found the Tree of Decay. We do have an advanced encounter for this map tile. And we also need to put down D3 decayed trees. 3 trees. The first tree on number 3. The second tree, number 4. And the final tree, number 2. Our advanced encounter is the Blood Tree. A massive and ancient tree grows here, its roots sprawling out in all directions. Stepping further into the clearing around the tree, your feet squish into the soggy soil. Looking down, you are horrified to see deep red blood bubbling up from the ground and pooling at the surface with every step. Make a Spirit 4+ test. Hattori has a Spirit of 3. He is successful, gains 10 XP. Let's reveal our exploration token. Our first clue icon in here. A single doorway, which is all this room has, and 2 encounters. Our first encounter is Hanging Corpses. Swaying in the cold breeze, a grouping of decomposed bodies hang from the trees above. Frayed and tattered ropes bound around their necks and hands. Is this some sort of warning or a dark omen of the horrors yet to come? We can choose to cut the bodies down. We would place a paradise of corpse tokens on the map tile like enemy placement. Or we can choose not to linger and draw a Growing Dread card. Honestly, what's one more Growing Dread? Let's just not linger here. Our second encounter is a Familiar Grave. Tripping over a rock half buried in the forest floor, you turn to see what got underfoot. As you kneel down, the lantern's light illuminates the face of the chiseled stone. You recoil in horror with the realization that it's a weathered grave marker, with your name etched in crumbling letters on the mossy surface. Make a Spirit 6+ test. Again, he has Spirit of 3. He is successful, gain 25 XP as you make peace with the idea that all things eventually die. Holding back the darkness. Oh, 5 will fail, getting us a darkness card. The darkness card we have drawn is Local Legends. All myth enemies are +2 movement and +2 damage on their attacks. All enemies on the next threat card drawn will gain keyword myth. Remains in play. Rolling for movement. 6. Not quite close enough. Holding back the darkness. 7 will fail. Oh my god. Rolling for movement. Hey, we can gain a grit. Step forward 1 space. And we'll go look through. And we have found the Broken Arch. We do have an advanced encounter for this map tile. The Fate of All Worlds. You see within the shattered ruins here the faces and fates of all worlds. Those that came before and those that follow. Your mind reels at the realization that all things begin and end at the same point, cycling endlessly throughout eternity. There can be no escape from time itself. Make a lore 6+ test. Hattori has 2 lore. He is not successful. If failed, draw a Growing Dread card and add it to the stack. Let's reveal our exploration token. 2 doorways and an ambush attack. Which way will not be a doorway? No doorway here. Let's see what we are getting ambushed by. Whatever they are, they will be gaining keyword myth. And we got a Shadow Troop, which will be 1 minor wraith and 1 spectral horde. Fantastic. A minor wraith is a shadow wraith with only its base health, and it does not draw a wraith relic. They do, however, have Terror 1. Any hero starting their activation on the same map tile takes 1 horror hit. They have Fear 4. Heroes starting their activation adjacent take 4 horror hits. They have Wraith Form. Shadow Wraiths move through other models and have armor 3+ against all damage not caused by a critical hit. This armor may not be ignored. Also, critical hits do not ignore the Shadow Wraith's defense. They cause soul drain. Shadow Wraith melee to hit rolls of 6+ cause triple damage. They have a 7 for movement. You can escape on a 4+. Their range to hit is 3+. Melee to hit is 3+. They have 5 combat that do 3 damage each. 3 for defense. 8 base health, which is all he will get, as he is a minor wraith. The Spectral Horde has Terror 2. Heroes starting their activation on the same map tile automatically take 2 horror hits. They do have Initiative 4. I think it's safe to assume that everything will go before Hattori, since his initiative is so low. They are Spectral. This enemy moves through other models, changes targets each turn, and also has Armor 4+. They do a life drain. Their melee to hit rolls of 6+, ignore defense, and heal 1 wound to itself. They have Ghostly Feast. This enemy's combat is equal to the target's spirit skill +3. They will have 6 combat. Their final ability is Disbelief. This enemy's defense is equal to the attacker's cunning. We have 3 for cunning, so they will have 3 defense. Their melee to hit is 4+. They have a movement of 7. You can escape on a 3+. Again, they will have 6 combat that do 4 damage each, with 3 defense and 15 health. Again, they will both also gain keyword myth, giving them +2 movement each, and +2 damage to all attacks. Holding back the darkness. In theory. 7 will fail, getting us a Growing Dread card. Alright. The Minor Wraith will go first, rolling his 5 combat, hitting on 3+. Scores 3 hits, 2 of which are Soul Drain hits, doing triple damage. Let's try to defend these Soul Drain hits first. We defend on a 3+. We defend both of those. Can we defend the regular hit? No, we cannot. Taking 3 potential wounds. We have armor 4+. Defend all 3 wounds. The Spectral Horde will now go, rolling their 6 combat. They hit on 4+. They score 2 life drain hits and 1 regular hit. We cannot defend against the life drain hits, so we'll be taking potentially 8 wounds from that. Let's see if we can defend the regular hit. We do defend the regular hit. Let's see if our armor can help absorb these 8 wounds. We block 4 and take 4 wounds potentially. We're going to use Wall of Steel. And we only take 1 wound. We need to defend against 7 horror hits, 1 terror and 4 fear from the Wraith, and 2 terror from the Spectral Horde. Defending on 4+. We take 3 points of sanity damage. Let's see if we can escape. We need to roll 4+. We cannot. Can we gain a grit? No. We need to try to defend against 4 more wounds. I forgot the +2 damage from this local Legends card. Again, armor 4+. And we defend 1 and we take 3 more wounds. Rolling Hattori's 4 combat, hitting on 3+. 1 crit, 1 hit. We're going to put the critical into the Shadow Wraith. It still has to get through his defense. So -3 to the roll, but he doesn't get to use his armor to defend. No wounds. We'll put the regular hit into the Shadow Wraith as well. -3 to the roll. 2 potential wounds. He does have armor 3+. Will his armor prevent these 2 wounds? He takes 1 wound. We're going to spend 4 Fury and do Sweeping Slice, hitting both targets for 2 hits, doing +2 damage each. The Shadow Wraith, these hits will be -1 to the rolls. 4 wounds, potentially. Again, he has armor 3+. He takes 1 more wound. The 2 hits on the Spectral Horde, also -1 to the roll. 4 potential wounds. They have armor 4+. 2 wounds. Can we hold back the darkness? We need to roll an 8+. 7. The darkness has escaped. I feel like the darkness was just toying with us tonight. Hattori never stood a chance. Mission failure. Lost in the shifting fog and winding pathways of the haunted forest. You are chilled to the bone. Take D3 corruption hits from being touched by the evil of the woods. 3 corruption hits. Willpower is 4+. 2 points of corruption. Actually, we still have a grit. Let's use this last grit that we have. We only take 1 point of corruption. It seems like we were no match for the darkness today. I don't know if we're seeing visions or if Unchi is trying to tell us something from beyond the grave. Only time will tell. Thank you all for tuning in to another adventure, and we will see you in the next episode.